What is going on, guys? Brandon back again for another video. If you guys recall, we just got done doing the exhaust on the A4 drift car project. As you guys can see, it actually got some new wheels over the weekend. I picked up this staggered set of RS K6s. They're reps, I believe. I'm not too much of a big wheel guy, but I found them for a super good deal. I got them for $400 with tires. 18 by 9.5 in the rear, 18 by 8.5 up front. So I think they fit the car perfectly. The offset is like, I mean, just look at it. Just like the offset is going to be perfect. So when I left off, we did the exhaust. Shortly after doing the exhaust, I ran into a little issue, which is why you can see all this is torque. That the turbo is done. So the turbo seals are completely blown out, which means two things. One, I was gonna just say screw it, go top mount manifold, bigger turbo, tune, done. But seeing how the car was already tuned, it makes more sense to just get a cheap KO3, throw the KO3 back on, small turbo, spools up, a lot of torque down low, which is what we want for drifting anyways. I'm not trying to make this the fastest A4 in the world. It's just supposed to be a decently reliable drift car that is a different chassis than most. So I think that's a good game plan. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But I say we slap the KO3 on there with the tune, sort out all the suspension stuff, get the angle taken care of, get the car driving good, and then when we can outdrive the KO3 and we want more power, then we do the rods and we go to the bigger turbo. Alright guys, so basically like I showed you, the fitment is kind of whack on this car. I've been reaching out to a couple companies, and SoloWorks was kind enough to send us a set of their SP1 coilovers for the Audi. I'm super pumped on these. I've never had a pair of SoloWorks before. Typically, I've either had one extreme or the other, like bags or race lines. So to get intermediate level coilover, something that I know is going to hold up to the beating that this car is going to take, I'm super excited. As you guys know, Tyson's E46 is on SoloWorks. That car rides super great, like honestly better than my bag Jetta. So I'm super pumped. I think they will do the job, what we need them to do. So without further ado, let's slam these bad boys on. Okay, so first thing first, you're gonna have these little tabs. See this tab that my finger's pointing at? There's one here and one right there. Sweet design. We're gonna need to take those off on both sides, because that's gonna be what releases the strut from the upper control arm. So unless you want to take your whole damn assembly out, that's the way to do that. So we're gonna flathead, pry those bad boys off, and I just might as well do it on the ground before you even do anything else. So let's get to it. So after about 30 minutes, this, you see you have our bolts exposed. They typically have these painted plugs over them, and well, they were a biznatch to get off. So yeet. We have our strut here, shoots it down. You'll have one bolt here. It looks like it's an 18mm bolt here. Both aside so you don't lose them. And then right here you can see on the bottom, we have the sway bar and links. So this is 2/16. This guy. Bolts together. Now, let's do the other side. This one a little beat up, but not too bad. The only downfall to this is unless you have a spring compressor, it can be kind of sketchy removing these because these are under a load. I do not have a spring compressor, but I've done this 1,000 times, so I'm not really worried about it. I have an impact, put them on and off. Technically, you're going to want to use an Allen and a wrench, but we're distinct, so we don't do it that way. Since I ain't got a spring compressor, you know, safety first. Spring compressor, smoosh compressor. What you got here is the factory top hat. You'll have this clearly blown dust cover. Took the dust cover off. It has like a little bump stop in it. I'm not going to be using that. I'm just going to use this. Inspect it, make sure no bearings or anything like that are all shot. Everything seemed fine. It didn't blow apart. So up here. On the coil. Has like a little washer. Sits here. This washer keeps the coil, or the strut rather, from going through the bushing. So make sure you have that. That's important. Slide this on here. You can see there's a big, huge difference, and that's because your boy slammed these coils all the way to the ground. Next thing you want to do is make sure that your spring in the right orientation so that it's flush. This, you can see if you look here, there's a little dead stop. Make sure that's flush with that, so that everything sits in there fine. Make sure a little hit on top. Now, like I said before, technically the way you should do this, or recommended, is there's an Allen here, looks like a 6 or a 5, and then you would use a wrench, and you would assemble it that way. But I don't have time for that, so I'm not going to do that. There's how the front sits with the helper springs pretty much maxed out. Obviously when we do the rear, it's gonna probably lift the front a little bit. It's kind of at a crazy rake right now, but I'm happy with it. I obviously got to go through, bolt check everything, make some fender clearance, because I got to be able to get full lock, and that's definitely not going to happen right now, at least with all the splash guards and stuff. But she's looking titties. Alright guys, so if you look in the rear, you're going to have two 18 mils down here on each side of the shock, two 18 mils here and here up top. You can get to them with an extension. Then you have this guy here that puts the knuckle to the upper control arm. And then if you look down here, you got this guy, which is a 19. Alright guys, so this is the final height, pretty much fully dropped all the way around. As you can see, the rear sits probably about a solid ½ inch taller than the front, so we're definitely going to be raising the front to make it match. I wish it would have sat a little lower in the rear, but for what the car is going to be used, and the fact we're not really on a level surface, so once I get it on the street, once it's drivable again, then we'll have a better idea of that. And as much as this thing looks awesome like that, that's not going to be functional for having 4 people deep and drifting. A lot of the tracks around here, like the skid pads and stuff like that, they have a lot of valleys and divots that you go through. So if I was that low, I'm really likely just to destroy this entire subframe of this car. So I'll definitely be raising it, and I'll be giving you guys a review. I'm actually on my way right now currently to go pick up the turbo to replace that turbo, so that we can slap that on so that this car can be running pretty soon. Hopefully this weekend. I'll be sure to make a video kind of showing you guys the steps of taking the turbo off and replacing it, how to check for shaft play and all that kind of stuff. So if you have any interest in the SoloWorks coilovers, we want to give a special thanks to them again. I'll put all their information in the description below. Be sure to check them out. Like I said before, I haven't physically driven the car yet, but from the cars that I've ridden in, they ride great. And then I'll be sure to do a full review on the coilovers once the car is driving. So thanks again, guys. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. Catch you on the next one.